Valentine's, because I know some of you were not around for yesterday, which is fair. We don't usually stream during the day anymore. But Samo even thanked me again this morning for making him the most perfect beef tenderloin steak on stream. Holy smokes. If you guys did not see it, try and give that VOD a lurk if you want, because everything, yeah, turned out so good. I was very impressed with myself. And Samo did the butchery of the beef tenderloin. We bought a whole one. So if you missed it, go check it out. It's Singles Awareness Day today. I was saying that yesterday. I was like, even if you're spending it alone, it's still a day to show yourself love, right? Even if nobody else will do that, it's the most important that we do that for ourselves every day, actually, not just one day per year. Okay, Mary, thanks for being here. Guys, this stream is for Mary, and then I paired a couple other dishes to go with what she requested today, saving up her pots and pans. I've been trying to get these done about every week that we stream, one a week. That's been nice. And yeah, excited to see how this turns out today. I'm very intrigued by the recipe, a gnocchi stuffing casserole. Mary, I do remember when you requested this, it was around like the holiday season, you know, anywhere from Thanksgiving to like New Year's time, I would say, would be the most popular time to make this. But yeah, it's chilly here. It's a good day to make a yummy casserole. So let's do that together. And then for healthy things, we're gonna make a salad because I'm trying to use up a bunch of Fuji apples as well as Asian pears. So we're gonna use both of those today. We got like massive case from Walmart the other week for $8 for, I think there was like 12 pieces of fruit in each one. And it's so delicious. So this is it, because I keep them like, this is how they're packed. They were all wrapped up. So we'll be using both of those today. And then Mary's yummy gnocchi casserole. Okay, what else we gotta catch up on? Bonk, thanks for being first. Mish came in saying that we are using feta today, so she is happy. Thanks, Mish. Yet it is. Welcome. Good to see you. Amp, I want to read up more on your honey thing. And then Dave, happy weekend, dude. I hope you're a-okay. Okay, so we did a bit of reading. Amp got us on to learning a bit. First thing on stream today, it wasn't me, we got to learn from you guys about honey. Is some people will add high fructose corn syrup into honey so that it can go farther, because the corn syrup doesn't really affect the taste, but it has the same consistency as honey. And if you've ever had like a bunch of different honeys from, let's say, either different areas where you live or even around the world, you'll see that they're like different colors. Some are lighter, some are darker. So it's also like hard to judge with that if it's real or not. So when we see something called Pear honey, it is actually that. And then if you want to take it one step further from Pear honey, you can even go raw honey. That's a bit more expensive. And then there's even more fancy honeys, like Manuka honey is from a specific plant or flower and has a lot of health benefits, even more than just a regular honey that you buy. It's interesting for sure. But yeah, we can all agree that honey is still made of sugar, for sure. You're here for the mangchi? Doesn't that recipe look so yummy? I was like, what am I gonna do with this Asian pear? I kind of want to do like a baking dessert with it. And I was like, oh, well, we've done baked apples before. Like my mom did that growing up. So I found this recipe for steamed pears with a few other things in it. I'm excited to try it, Mish. Good morning, White Dove. It felt like an eon ago, right? Legit honey has pollen in it, which is good with good for dealing with allergies. And then I also know that honey has antibacterial properties to it. So one of the farmers that I watch, if any of their livestock gets like injuries, usually on their lower extremities, because that's really dangerous because you're more susceptible to infections. because of where they walk. People will just slather honey on the wound and wrap it up. And that is a natural way instead of always having to give your animals synthetic antibiotics. Pretty cool. Saw Manuka honey at the store where you got the Pear honey. A 6-ounce jar was 11 US. Yeah, it is not cheap, but it will save your life if you get sick. It's so, so yummy. Thanks for finding the video, Mish. Should I watch that before I make it later? I don't want notifications from the YouTube website, but thank you for asking at least. 7 minutes? Okay, nice. Okay, so what we got going on today? Menu. 50K pots and pans menu redemption for Mary Todd 50. Mary, thanks for being patient with me. I am feeling better. Even better actually than yesterday that I was on stream. So thanks for hanging in there with me while I was still a little bit sick. So gnocchi stuffing casserole paired with a feta apple salad. I think we'll put a little bit of nuts into that salad. You know how we do it. And then for baking, our Korean style steamed Asian pear. Other than the salad, I've not made those other two dishes. So I am gonna learn with you guys today. Whoa! Last page of the book already again. Like, where does the time go? All these streams? It's actually nuts. When this happens, that's like a reality check when we need a new notebook. Feta and nuts? Yeah, have you never? It's so yummy. Usually I do pecans. But even like a pumpkin seed could work too. I'll leave it up to you guys. Okay, so first things first. Let me take a peek at all these recipes. So I think I found the proper recipe for the gnocchi stuffing casserole. It looked the best. There was another one from Delish, but they have a paywall on their site and I've used too many of their free recipes, so I can't see anything anymore. But the author of this recipe from Day in the Life on the Farm said that they used that Delish one as inspiration anyway, so same but different. Let me see what they say. Okay, so it looks like they made this around Thanksgiving. She says this stuffing is so good that it can be served as a main course, which we're kind of going to do today, right? Because it has protein in it. Or as an alternative for those who are not turkey fans. Let's say you're going to a holiday get-together, a potluck, and you have to bring something, but maybe you know there's some people that don't really like turkey, because I know even myself, I've met people that are like, I don't really like turkey, usually because it's too dry, let's be honest. But this would be a good one because it's just Italian sausage in there. You can choose spicy or sweet, up to you. So frozen gnocchi thawed. I couldn't find gnocchi pieces frozen. The only ones I know of in the store is either in the fridge or the pantry part of the store. So if we go to the pantry part by the pastas, you can find like a kind of rectangular vacuum sealed pack of little gnocchis that are just dry. Those ones, the texture is kind of weird and like springy, chewy, almost rubbery. So I thought that we would try the other version I've only seen for prepared gnocchi, which is this skillet. I think this is what she was talking about. And then I was gonna choose the plain one, but then Samo went with me yesterday and he chose the one that's stuffed with cheese, because like, why not, right? So that's what we're gonna do, and it says no boiling or draining required. So I think this is the right one, and we got like a big pack. This was the family pack. So it's 520 grams, definitely not what they are asking for the 24 ounces worth, because that's just too much for both of us. There's only 2 of us. They're all right, Greek. They aren't the best. So then hopefully when we pair it with the other stuff in the casserole, it'll taste really yummy, right? Because maybe they're not good on their own, but when you put it with sausage, what is what else is there? There's like spinach, garlic, some herbs, cheese. Should turn out good. They're kind of mid. Hey, you gotta try it, right? I'm glad that you guys feel comfortable enough to also say that in chat. Okay, so it is also interesting how you do this. The gnocchi gets baked on a sheet pan first and kind of toasted up in the oven. And then you cook the Italian sausage in a pan on the stovetop and kind of make it saucy with all the other ingredients. Mix it together. There's a bit of egg in here just for binder, I'm sure, because otherwise everything would kind of run everywhere, right? You want those juices from the sausage to actually encapsulate with the gnocchi. Spinach, sage, thyme. And then we're gonna transfer all of that mixture to a baking dish. So we'll use our rectangular baking pan. Oven at 350 for, it says 45 to 60 minutes, but I'll let you guys use your best judgment because everything in here is already cooked. And in my experience, making a casserole where you are putting it into the oven already hot, it only takes around 20 minutes or so. And I'll probably crank that temp more close to 400 Fahrenheit just to get a bit of browning on the casserole. But if you want to go lower and slower, that one is for sure fine to do. You're welcome, our Western. Yeah, that's something newer that I started doing, and I think it's quite helpful when we do this intro part of the stream so people can also see what we're talking about. Greek, you will say though that the ones that I chose, the little gnocchis, are better than the dry ones that I was talking about in the pasta aisle. I'm excited then. Okay, so that doesn't sound like it's gonna take forever. Let's just write casserole on the list. We'll do our toast gnocchi. We gotta get the oven on. This is what I think. Like if you're gonna bake the gnocchi at 400 Fahrenheit to start, just do it closer to when your Italian sausage and sauce is gonna be done, and then you can just put it into the same oven temp. I think that'll be the best. Thanks, Amp, for the conversion. 400 Fahrenheit is 204 Celsius. Okay, toast the gnocchi, sausage, and sauce. And then, so it doesn't actually call for any cheese on top, optional, but when we have stuff like pasta, sausage, I think it could totally lend a bit of cheese on top, whether you put Parmesan on or something a bit more melty like mozza. Let's see what we end up with. I used all the parm yesterday on our cheesy mac and cheese hearts. But I'll see what else I can dig out of the fridge. I think I have some aged Gouda or something. Hi, Gotti. How's it going? Okay, so that's the casserole, and then I'll just write down the 400F for maybe like 20 minutes. All right, next one, salad. Usually I just write down the ingredients, so we gotta prep some lettuce, our apple, feta cheese. I found actually a really good recipe for this salad. Ooh, they put bacon in it actually. The bacon would probably go so good with the like casserole on the side too. Let me ask. Do you want bacon in the apple feta pecan salad?
Sure.
Samo says sure. So we can bake some bacon today. How is cheese not optional for pasta? It's not even on the recipe linked. You gotta put it on. Bacon would be S tier. I think it would be yummy, guys. Okay, so bacon, which we can bake at the same time as the gnocchis in the oven. You just got back from grocery shopping and it's 8 p.m. Did you get anything exciting? I'm doing good today. I was a little bit riled up earlier, like ready to pull my hair out just because our upstairs neighbors have been like on one since like 8 p.m. last night. They were on one until 12:30. That's when we finally were able to sleep because they're just like stomping like nuts. And then the same thing this morning. They got up at 8 and then literally just before stream they stopped. So been a little bit dysregulated, but we're okay now. I just keep saying to myself, I just can't wait to leave. Valentine's Day, they weren't stopping. I think it's a scenario where they only have custody of the children on the weekends, or like Friday nights, Saturday, Sundays, and then they're gone. Sadly. Mickey, thank you very much, dude. I hope you're having a good weekend. 51 months in a row being part of the kitchen crew. That's crazy. We are moving Greek. Yeah, we all decided with our roommate that our lease is up in May. We are not renewing. For the sake of our happiness and well-being of all of our lives, we are now ready to move on. Time to find something new. If you guys weren't around yesterday, I gave a little update. So we're planning to move in the next month or two, and actually just waiting on a few prospective seasonal jobs in the Rocky Mountains here, so Banff and Lake Louise. Fingers crossed, should be hearing back from them this next week or so, and then we can plan for like end of April to get into our new place, wherever that is. But I don't think we're gonna be staying in Edmonton too much longer. I think it'll be so fun, dude. Like, that's the thing I was saying yesterday, is we're not held down by pets even, or kids. So if we have the freedom to travel a little bit and live different places at this time in our life, I think we should take advantage of that. Winter will be insane. The jobs are usually May to October, but some of them said that there was optional extensions of the contract. So let's see, right? Because I think that would be so fun. Banff. That's how I always say it too. Okay, we got the salad, and then we can finally get into our really interesting dessert. And yeah, if we end up getting the job and going down there for like half a year, you guys need to come visit. Like, this is a top spot in the world to go to. Do not pass it up. Thanks, Mickey. Okay. From the really like popular, is it Korean site Mangchi for Korean recipes, steamed pear, also called, I think, baesak. She says, hi everyone, let's meet a new Korean food called baesak. Its name indicates cooked pear, so bae equals pear, and suk means cooked. There's two types, steamed whole pear and cooked pear punch. Ooh, you can make it like into a drink. Today I'm showing you how to make the steamed pear, sometimes also called bae jim. Since I posted my ginger tea recipe and explained that it's a home remedy for cold stomach aches and nausea, many people have also asked me to post more recipes that are not only delicious, but have medicinal qualities and are healthy. You guys know that I've been a little bit ill with respiratory stuff, so also part of why I chose this for dessert today. I'm kind of getting into like Chinese medicine and herbal remedies that they have used for like hundreds of years, and it's very interesting, and a lot of it is so easy to source and not expensive at all. So there is something called red jujube dates that we're going to be using in this today. She says baesak is great for colds, especially sore throats and coughs. I know a lot of other people have been sick lately too, and it's also a delicious sweet snack or dessert. Cool. Okay, this is kind of cute. If you serve baesak to a loved one who has a cold, say this: I made Korean baesak for you. Have this whole pear and the juice on the bottom, then your cold will be gone. That's what you gotta say, guys. See, Mickey? You gotta find either this type of Asian pear Or you can also find like a darker kind of brown skin version called a sand pear that I learned about recently. And it's like the cross between a pear and an apple is the best way to describe the flavor and texture. So if you like crunchy, juicy fruits, you will like this. Okay, so 1 to 2 servings. We got 1 pear. There's honey, grated ginger, cinnamon. They did pine nuts, but then I read in the reviews and comments down below, because I'm not like a big pine nut person, and also they're quite expensive to buy if you don't plan to like use them all up at one time. She said you could switch up the nuts or seeds for something else that you liked. So if you don't want pine nuts, that is a-okay. Yeah, like not as sweet as a pear, but way freaking juicier. Where like you're eating it and you're like sucking the juices back. They're crazy. And then, okay, other than the nuts are jujube dates, which she said was optional, but I definitely want to use them today. I also used these the other week when I made like my lemon honey ginger tea and put these in. So pitted red dates are called red jujube dates, and these are all dry. I'll just read on the back because there's a little description. I've only used them once so far. So originating from Hebei, China, the red jujube dates are deep red in color with a sweet taste and a firm and chewy texture. I haven't just eaten it dried. They're plump and uniform in size, suitable for making mini traditional Chinese dishes or incorporating into baked goods. Sounds good. Cool. I need to check this out. They're hard as a rock. You can't eat it just like this. But then the nice thing as well is they're all pitted already. So every recipe I've seen for these, you have to take the pits out. They already did that for us. The smell is like caramel, floral, sweet. It's so good. And then the only other thing I need to look is how long this stuff will steam for. Rinse the pear, make a lid. So we'll just we'll like kind of make a little hat. So just cut off the small part of the top so that you can put it back on when it steams. Because we're gonna hollow out the inside when we take all the seeds out of there. And then put all of the goodness in the recipe inside for it to steam and absorb. Yeah, we'll take all this stuff out. I'll write this down as we read it through. I'll say hat, hollow, fill it up with honey, ginger, cinnamon, and the jujube dates. Steam it for an hour? What the heck? Does it actually take this long? I think I read some of the comments. People said they did it in like 25 minutes and it was good. Okay, so one of the comments, can I use any other nuts such as peanut, cashew, or almond, or should I skip it? And then Meng Chi said, peanuts sound really good. Ooh, like a little bit of peanut butter in. Chop it into small pieces before using. So just to match the size of the pine nuts. Pressure cooker steam it, bonk, for an hour. I feel like in an hour there would be nothing left. It'd be like pulp and skin floating around. Okay, this was the one that I read. I couldn't wait any longer, pulled out my pears from the steamer at the 25-minute mark, and it was so good. The flavors were warm and comforting. The pear was soft, but it still held its shape, which I want. I don't like things that are too mushy. That's me. Okay, so let's do 25 minutes. So basically, we can make those anytime, really, but I think it should be eaten warm. So 25 minutes or so before everything else is done, we'll put our filled pear, because we'll get it all filled and ready to go. Put it into the steamer and cook while the rest of lunch finishes, and then we can have some yummy warm pear. Sounds good. What type of nuts do you guys think we should do? I have almonds. Maybe that would be the best. Just with the honey flavor and stuff. I'm gonna do almond. Okay, so there's a few things that we have to chop up and get ready for the gnocchi recipe. So I think we'll start there. I have to get some Italian sausage out of the casing, but maybe we'll do that right before we cook it. Chop some onion, celery, garlic. I think I will use this then. My like soup, my mirepoix base. Because I am trying to clear out the freezer right now too. So this is just grated onion, celery, carrot, and garlic, and then cooked and frozen. So I'm gonna let that thaw. It's a little bit frosty right now. Good thing I'm using it up. And we'll just put a few spoonfuls of that in when we cook the Italian sausage and make it saucy. Should be perfect. Done with that. I'm calling it easy today. And then as far as herbs, you can choose all of these, or you can just choose the ones that you like. Sage, thyme, is that it? Salt and pepper. So I'll probably just use a poultry spice blend, which has a lot of yummy spices that you would use for a turkey anyways. Go grab that, and then we need 3 cups of spinach, which we will have to get into that because I just bought a bunch of spinach yesterday. It was a good price. And then we need 2 eggs whipped up and mixed with 2 cups of chicken broth, and that's what's gonna kind of be our binder and make it saucy, and then when it bakes, it'll all kind of hold together and not be all crumbly and dry. Love it. Okay, let's get the spinach out, and then away we go. Has anyone in here made this before? I'm very intrigued by it. Also just going to grab some olive oil and then the poultry seasoning. All in all though, it's a pretty simple menu that we're making today. I think it should go pretty quick. Really nice bunch of spinach though. We will wash and chop it all, because I think the extras we'll just use in the salad today. You've done a poached pear before. Yeah, I guess poached pear would be really similar to the steamed one. Just when you poach a pear, guys, it's at a low temperature and submerged in like a really flavorful liquid, so it soaks everything up and cooks that way. Pretty special if you've never done it before. Okay, I'm going to first trim off just all of these ends. I typically will try to use the stems of spinach if they look nice and fresh like this and crunchy. Good stuff for us. But you'll often never see the stems on spinach if you buy like baked stuff from the store. So then now we're going to, I'll just get rid of this bag, take everything out of this bunch that we do not want to eat. So I'll put my discard pile over here and then see how we do. If it's like this, that's not too bad because we're gonna cook it. It's just a little bit bruised. But stuff that's going yellow or slimy, definitely get that gone. Because all it will do is make everything else go bad around it. And there's lots of sneaky bits, so you gotta make sure you pick through thoroughly. you think you're good, and then you open it up and you find more. Whoa, it's almost falling off the board. This spinach is loco. Hello, they can see me. How is your day going? Oh guys, we played a fun, crazy game last night. We're gonna try to play more video games and always just like watching TV after we're done streaming stuff like that. It's called Moving Out 2. You'd think that it would not be fun, but oh my gosh, we were like crying laughing in the first freaking round. It was pretty fun. So I think that those of you that like supermarket game will definitely enjoy that. You're making a steak salad for dinner? Yum. It looks hectic. Mish. It is so fun. I think we would have a blast all playing it together. I don't know if there's a maximum amount of players. 4. Oh, Samo says 4. But maybe we should try it. Okay, next one, because we got to wash this all now. But that wasn't too bad to get rid of stuff, because holy smokes. When you undo the bunch of spinach, there is so much here. Glad I only got one. Let's get cold water in a bowl. Give it a rinse. Get the big bowl. Your day was chilled and good. Nice. How am I? I'm doing good. Was a little bit riled up earlier, but I have calmed now. This is why we wash the spinach. There'll be some gross bits on it. And then we don't really have to spin the water off of the stuff that we're going to cook. But if we are going to use some in the salad, we should definitely take all the extra water off from washing. Otherwise the dressing, it will not stick. Ooh. And the water's so cold, it freezes your hand. Hey, I usually just submerge it and then give it a light little swish around because you don't want to bruise the leaves too much. Get the spinner. Spin it to win it. Load it up. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa, Mickey. He's okay though? He just came out of the hospital. A mini stroke? Guys, we gotta take care of ourselves. That's scary. Are you gonna go over there and help him? Right, so things like that we could also say are genetic. Because if your dad just went in and now your brother's having it, that's definitely a good indication of that. And it's definitely something we should be aware of as we age, is the predispositions that our family has. So that we can avoid those things happening to us, hopefully. Sometimes you don't have any control over it though. Lives next door to you. Well, that's really nice. I'm glad you're able to support him. Okay, done with that hard part. It's not really hard to wash and dry the lettuce. It's a bit bulky and annoying. We're about to blast off, people. There's not water even coming out. What the heck? We need one more round. Now the water's coming out. Do you guys see it? It's in the tube. It's going. That's why we do it. Go right into the sink. Okay, so let's get a couple of bowls then to put this in. Some will be for the salad, some will be for the gnocchi dish. What's everyone else eating today? Leftover pasta salad and chicken? That sounds good, Niche. What type of pasta salad did you make? You were naughty and you had a microwave meal? Was it a good one at least? Greek pasta salad? That's honestly the best one. Like, can you even beat that? I don't think so. That's my number one. That or like sun-dried tomato is always yummy too. Salisbury steak? That's like a legendary meal. When did that even originate, Salisbury steak? Chicken korma and rice from Lidl. Hey, that sounds like a good one. Okay, I'm gonna like try and line up some of these leaves so that we can chop it nice. Let's see. I didn't realize how crazy it would get with the stems. Pretty crazy. Okay, that's a good pile. Italian, ooh yeah, the pasta salad with like chopped up salami and stuff. How was our surf and turf yesterday? It was really good, guys. It put me into a food coma and then I had a nap in the afternoon. Felt amazing, honestly. Probably why I'm still feeling better today. And just like a nice little treat. We don't always cook fancy stuff like that. But I'm glad we did. Right? Yeah, it originated during the Depression when meat was still expensive. Those are such classic meals though. As far as like being in America, I guess. Like even we grew up with that in Canada. Or like minute steak with HP sauce. Stuff like that. That always reminds me of my childhood. I was gonna say maybe like society, the way that we eat has changed, but I think that's actually just more of a personal thing. Because some people eat the same their whole life, right? They don't really switch it up. Our meat and potato people, they're not gonna veer from what they like. But then I think about like the food that I grew up on and what I eat now. It's like sometimes similar, but a lot of the times I make it different. All of these small pieces I think we'll just use for salad. Yes, that is what we'll do. Okay, let's start chopping these. So it said around 3 cups of spinach chopped. Just chop it like that. And that way, when it cooks, it's not going to be really stringy when you eat it. You could also chop it after it's cooked, but it seems like we're mixing it all in to cook together, so that would not be an option here. Right? I was just kind of thinking that they can see me. I was like, okay, so do we have like dishes now in 2025 that would be comparable to what Salisbury steak was back then? I don't know. I couldn't really come up with anything because we just typically gravitate towards those dishes that were already done for so long. Hello? Okay, this is our last stuff to chop, and then that's lots and lots. Almost with this amount of spinach, we don't even need the salad on the side, but I want to use up a bunch of ingredients for this salad, so we're still gonna make it. All right, so that's for the casserole. Put that over to the stove. That'll get cooked, and then the rest of this we'll just chop up to use in our salad. We'll mix it with, I think we have romaine in the fridge to cut up. We'll get a couple different lettuce leaves in there. Nice, you went and found an article. In the late 1800s, Dr. James H. Salisbury, an American physician, developed a diet that consisted of primarily meat, especially minced beef and water. It was believed that the diet of minced beef and water could cure a variety of illnesses, such as heart disease, tuberculosis, and even mental illness. The diet became known as the Salisbury regimen, and the minced beef patties that were a crucial component of it became known as Salisbury steak. That sounds crazy. Thanks for looking that up. Okay, this, kind of just chop the spinach the same size almost for the salad. That's so interesting. Yeah, Mish, I think I would get mentally ill if I only ate minced beef and water. You thought Salisbury steak was horse meat? Maybe in some places where they ate horses more than cows. That's an option. Okay, all these other little ones, we're just gonna put the whole leaves in. Going for it. So this spinach will go back in the fridge for now, so it stays nice and fresh and crisp. It's not getting cooked. That I think is the craziest part of like society and how we eat, is the stuff that used to be poor man's food back in the day is now so expensive for us. Totally bonk. But that is not what I was expecting when they were talking about Salisbury steak. That was not the backstory. Very interesting though, for sure. I'm just gonna take this stuff out. Let that start coming up to temp for us, because that's gonna go in the oven. Oh my gosh, they're going nuts up there today. Wayne. Keep it down. Okay, this is our Italian sausage. It said a pound. I think we're gonna do 4 of these, and then it's pretty fatty, so when we fry it up in the pan, we'll end up with less because it will render out. So let's get those 4 out, and maybe we'll take it out of the casing. This is just traditional mild Italian sausage from Costco. Still the best price around for cased sausages like this. And lately they've been nice quality, where there's no gristle or like bones and stuff. I'm very particular about that. Right? That's a lot of sausage, because when I think of the price of sausage from Johnsonville, let's say in the store, do we get 4 or 5 sausages in a pack for like $8? We got 10 of these, but I could say like the Johnsonvilles would probably cut off like a quarter of this sausage, and that would be the size of it. Spend about like $1 a sausage from Walmart. That's good too for price. But yeah, Canada, just certain things, especially meat though, I find very expensive now, even for something just as basic as that. And then we thought, hey, we'll put a little bit into the freezer, whatever we don't use, and probably make like a baked pasta or something like that again, or even just grill them up is good. So I think I'll just put that into a Ziploc right now and then put it away. Oh, we both came to the conclusion yesterday that we're not buying king crab ever again. Just because of like the amount of meat, crab meat we ended up with was totally not worth what we paid. And I said I'd way rather take more steak any day. So Sam said he's not eating king crab unless he's in Alaska. And I said that is quite the statement, but I'll stick with you with it. You have a love-hate relationship with Italian sausage. You're not a fan of fennel, but you don't mind the sausage pizza, especially homemade. Yeah, like the crumblies. Or do you like it more when it's like sliced sausage pieces on the pizza? Italian sausage is like one of the few things that I really love the fennel flavor in. And I will say this, like I hated fennel until I actually went to Italy and like ate how they did. So before the meal's ready, a lot of times you'll get like a plate of fresh veggies and stuff cut up, put down. And a lot of times on this plate, you will have pieces of raw fennel to kind of get like your palate going, because that anise flavor is really helpful for that. So it wasn't until I forced myself to eat the raw or fresh fennel that I was actually like, yo, I kind of understand now. But maybe the fennel in Italy tastes different than what they grow here. I don't know. Meanwhile, Mary says, I'm smoking a 14-pound brisket and have 10 pounds of king crab in my freezer. Yeah, that your daughter and son-in-law gave. That's so amazing, Mary. Definitely do not take that for granted. She's got her surf and turf on deck. Okay, let's get into these. So how I usually take the sausage meat out of the casings is I'll just twist it in half like this. Give it a twisty, don't worry, it shouldn't break. And then just pull the one side out. This one's really easy. Hold on to it, pull it out like that. And then you just have the meat, and we can make that into little crumbles. So I usually do all of them. Just stack up your casings on the side, and then we can throw it out. Imitation baby eel. What the heck, Amp? Hello, Crawdalt. It's been a while. I hope you're good. You have a 13-pound brisket in the freezer for the summertime. You're saving it. Pre-plan your briskets, people. I like it. Right, Mish? Canned baby eel. The things that I have discovered going shopping at different places around the city, specifically the Asian markets, is actually so fun. Don't fall into the tinned fish talk. Yeah, I remember almost getting into it, Amp. And I was like, do not interact with this. I do not need this on my feed. You guys are getting snow? We actually have beautiful blue sky today. No clouds in sight from my view. I'll take it. Imitation eel is just flavored noodles. What the heck? Eels are near extinction? Niche. Maybe just a certain species of eel? I'm gonna say, because the amount of eel that I seen at the market. Ruh-roh. It's been snowing where you are. It's pretty nice. I think today, or no, maybe tomorrow is one of our last really cold days for a bit. European eel? That's good to know though. I didn't know that. Okay, not going to Europe and eating eel. No matter what they say. Okay, washing up. 2 weeks ago, the brisket was on sale. $4.99 a pound. That is so inexpensive. What the heck? I'm pretty sure we're paying like $30 a kilo. That'd be like 15 bucks or a pound or so. What the hell? Those are the best. Found a 15-pound with $4.99 sticker. Wait, you bought the entire thing for $4.99? You paid 5 something a pound? I know brisket is still one of the more inexpensive pieces of beef to buy, but it's still gone up, just like everything else. Okay, so sausage done. We got our spinach done, which I didn't even put on the list. We got the garlic, celery, onion, carrot over there. We need our eggs and chicken broth next. And then we got to decide on a cheese still. We got feta going in the salad. Oh, this might actually be a beef and chicken mixture broth. From the beef broth that we made yesterday on stream. Eggs for binder. 2 egglies. $4.99 per pound. Okay. You had to discuss if you would buy it. That's like me when I go to the store if Sam's not with me. I always peruse the meat section and then I'll either like phone him and be like, yo, there's this, this, and this. Or like send him photos of all the stuff that looks good. Crack our eggs first and whip them, and then we'll add the broth. It says 2 cups worth. But I have actually less gnocchi, guys. So I'm just gonna crack the eggs, whip them, and then top it up with the rest of the broth because this is a 2-cup container. How much did the eggs cost though? We actually haven't bought eggs in a couple of weeks. So I forget what that 2-pack cost. How much did we pay for the eggs? $14 for 2 packs of 18. $14 for 34 eggs. Artificial crab is just crab flavored, chopped, processed, and reformed white fish paste. Yes. They literally paste fish until it's white, and then they just color some of it with the red, and then they put that layer on the outside and then encapsulate it in a machine, and then they press it out, and that is it, my people. Sorry to ruin it for you. Need the knowledge on rendering the fat. Trimmed, cut fat into cubes. Been in the crock pot on low since midnight. What next? So if you just cubed it and then started rendering it, the next step that you could take, Mary, it's always pretty gross when you do this, but if you have an immersion blender or something of the like, even like a potato masher could work if you don't have that, is you want to like basically puree the fat with the water now, and then cook that again, get your fat off and out of the water, and then strain that, cook it again, and you strain it again. So usually it's 2 cooks and 2 strains. And then you should have nice clear tallow to use for cooking. Remember getting 2 18 packs of eggs from Walmart for like $5? What, like 4 years ago, we can say? You're welcome, Mary. If you have any other questions, if I wasn't clear, just let me know. I think so, Amp, right? If we don't plan to stay in the city, time to start making those farmer connections. I'll go work on the farm for 2 days a week and then take home all the yummy goodies from there. Pureed fat is your Quebecoisian folk band name. I've never said the Quebecoisian, but it does make sense. I think you just say Quebecois. Take it from the Canadian. But I like the extra letters on the end of it. So that was chicken. This is beef. I'm gonna stop there. Put that over by the stovetop. So weird, honestly. Hey, I've never done this before. Okay, I did say we had to decide on cheese. And yes, miche is Canadian. Don't forget it. Oh, I do have to layer up the bacon for the salad still. So I think I'll turn on the oven, get that going and heating so that we can toast the gnocchi, cook the bacon for the salad, and get that draining. And then, yeah, just have to prep a bit of lettuce, apple, some feta. We're good to go. That's full. It wasn't full. Almost. Not too risky. Just a little bit. Okay, let's get a couple of sheet pans out and lined. One for the gnocchi. One for the bacon. Are we layering or weaving? We're just gonna layer. Just gonna layer because we want to chop the bacon up into smaller pieces for the salad. So not really a point to weave it and go through all that effort. Calm yourselves. I've been saying this for like the last 12 hours of my life. Oh my gosh, they're going even more now. Can they hear us? Did they mic tap our freaking apartment? SOS. I'm trying to figure out how to say it to you, Mish. I'm like so... It's not dysregulated, what? When you pretend like you're somewhere else? I'm just like so, yeah, I've dissociated so bad, Mish, that it just doesn't even exist anymore. Where am I? Not here. Thanks. Okay, 2 pans ready to go. That oven on. We're crushing it, eh? Let's preheat it. A 400 Fahrenheit, which is 204 Celsius. We're discombobulated. Whoa. Okay, let's do one at a time. First things first, let's open up this skillet gnocchi. Greek says they're pretty mid, but they should be good with this. So it says, okay, so we're gonna toss this with a bit of oil. What the heck? This has come from a factory for sure. Toss it with a bit of oil though, so it can toast up in the oven. Nothing else. And then only about 15 minutes, it says, in the oven until it's like lightly browned, because we're gonna bake it again, right? So you don't want to go too dark now. Aren't they so funny? Let's come closer. That's what they actually look like. What the hecky? They are stuffed with cheese though, so that's probably the only way they're able to do that, is like put it through an extruder and then put the cheese in the middle. Close it on up. Right? I was also like, I was feeling the bags in the store because one was normal size and then this was the family size. They literally were almost the same size. I was like, what the hell is going on right now? I'm gonna spread it out so it toasts nicely. Just because these are starchy nuggets. And once we mix it with the sausage and the spinach and everything else, it should be able to fill out our baking pan, which I guess I should have lined that too. There's no way I'm putting all this in the pan and not lining it, especially with the egg part. Okay, so that part's done. Feels so funny, I've never done that before. Taking a little switcheroo to the bacon. Bacon strips. Kitchen shears. Mish. Mish, I love how you say you weren't gonna be here today, but you've been here the whole time. It's the best. Sneaky little one-liners. I mean, you never know, Bonk. They might be somebody's shape, just not yours. Feta. Everything is better with feta. Yeah, kept lower expectations. It's fine. Okay, we'll shingle this up. I'm actually going to turn it over because it works better that way. So the fatty side down first. Keep that straight. Boom. And that's all we're going to do. And then this will take around 15-20 minutes to bake in the oven until it's cooked and crispy. That was a perfect fit. Wowie. Okay, wash up. Look at that. Okay, so those two things are ready for the oven whenever it is hot. We are moving right along. Let's do our couple salad things and then we'll finish off with the dessert. So I usually make this size of salad bowl for us. Like 2 times the size of my head. Good for 2 people. So we already chopped up the spinach, so that can just get poured in there. Get out some, is this romaine even viable still? Hopefully. Some romaine that we had bought. Which is exactly why I'm making this salad today. Boom. Now you can just rinse that bowl out. So nice and green when you put spinach. And then this is what I'm talking about, is the romaine viable. First I'm going to chop just those kind of dried top parts off. We live under a herd of elephants, legitimately. You just bought some romaine? We got this pack on sale from the produce market that I filmed the last YouTube for. It's good. We had a couple Caesar salads with it during the week. Okay, that looks not bad. Now I'm gonna chop this up. It's usually around like 1-inch thick pieces. I find when the romaine heads are like really perfect like this, it's so easy to chop them up. Sounds nice and crisp still, so that's good. And maybe I'll do one more chop. Just take off some of these outer ones that were rusted. Nice. Is it viable, Amp? That's what we always need to know. And then usually I pick through this. If it says it's washed, I'll always pick through the lettuce pieces before I put them in the bowl, because you just never know. What is rusting? So it's actually oxidization, is when certain parts in the cells get like severed, let's say, and then is exposed to the oxygen, the air, it will start to what? Go rusty, we say that. From the iron. Let's look it up so that I can explain it better. But we'll see that as well coming up with the apples next. So apples, usually as soon as you cut them or not too long after, you'll start to see them turn brown on the outside. So that's why that happens too. But then when we think of certain things like peppers, when you cut peppers up, that doesn't happen. So it's just the certain minerals and stuff, I guess, in different vegetables, fruits, etc., that make that happen. Why does produce oxidize? It says when the enzymes interact with amino acids in the presence of oxygen, it causes brown pigments to form. So enzymes and amino acids, not good, makes it brown. Yeah, it's a whole thing of oranges that we got on sale. They're actually so good. Another Costco pack because they were on sale. And then I have a kabocha squash up here we gotta use up. So that's what oxidization is, or oxidation. Cool. Okay, next one. Our apple. I think I'm only gonna chop up one of these Fuji apples because they are huge and so crisp and delicious. Also extra fancy. We'll wash this up, and then I think I have some lemon in the fridge. Okay, I only have some lime. I guess that works too. Use like a little bit of lime juice, and then the acid will help it from turning brown as quick. Add some orange slices to this salad. I don't love like mandarin orange pieces in salad though, unless it's a specific like noodle salad that I really love that has cabbage and stuff chopped into it. But yeah, other than that, I'd rather have like a navel orange that I make segments for, but it would be good. Just texturally, it's not my favorite. Have you guys had that one salad though that I'm talking about? It's like the ramen noodles, mandarin, chopped cabbage. You make a sesame dressing. It's good. Now you have me wanting to make that. I remember going to potlucks growing up for family occasions, and sometimes that would be a salad that people brought. I really loved it. Even I think a few times my mom made it. Let's just toss the greens together so we can get even pickings. That looks nice. Really? You guys haven't had this, so now do I have to go look it up real quick? Asian ramen noodle salad recipe. That's the one. I think we gotta make this next weekend if we're around. But that is the one. Check it out. Okay, let's core this. The other type of orange that I've seen recently, Bonk, that's intrigued me, is it called a sumo mandarin or something like that? They look really good, but I haven't tried any. But yeah, clementines are kind of top tier for me compared to mandarins. They just have such better flavor. Why won't I be around? Because we might be doing a stream from the mountains. Especially after this insane weekend of dealing with upstairs. Usually when the weather's nice in the winter, we try to get out of the city for a few days. Sumo mandarin sounds like a huge orange. It was like an extra large mandarin, let's say, but a little bit smaller than a navel. This is so much apple, yummo. For this, maybe we'll chop it, put it into a bowl with some cold water and then get the lime juice right into there so it doesn't turn brown. You could even put, like, since it's apple, you could do apple cider vinegar too. Maybe I'll just do that instead of cutting open the lime for no reason. Some sort of acid. Just maybe not white vinegar, because that one is really strong. It is the most acidic vinegar. Whoa. When you buy the organic vinegars and it has like the mother floating around in it. Sumo Citrus is a decapon, a hybrid mandarin orange that is seedless, easy to peel, and very sweet. They definitely seemed pricey, the Sumo mandarins. I forget what it was per pound. Maybe like $3 or something. Like almost the price of meat, right? But something to experience. Try something new if you've never had it before. Yeah, totally, Bonk. It has like this, it almost looks like a dumpling when we think of it. Like a round dumpling that has like a little kind of hat on the top. Okay, apple chunkers like this. Nice bite-sized pieces, but not too small that it'll kind of just fall apart and go soggy. I think there's nobody home upstairs. Guys, there's like legitimate no adults upstairs for hours and hours. I'm calling CPS. You've had it, Am? That's the only place I've seen those sumo mandarins was the Asian markets. This one's huge. I'm calling them, Bonk. Not that it's gonna do anything, honestly. Just a waste of energy. Hello. So we're gonna leave those in there for a few moments so that they can kind of absorb the acid, and then we'll take them out closer to when we're done the rest of the salad stuff. Put them on top and we should be a-okay. Okay. Next one. Can't forget our feta. We got dried cranberries, toasted and chopped pecans, and then I also wanted almonds for the dessert. Let's get some pecanis out to toast. And then we'll put a few almonds in too. think that's all I have to say. And then when they ask me, how long has this been going on for? I could literally say a year. Yes. Cara I think is my favorite variety of orange. Now that I've tried a few other ones, man, they almost taste like orange pop, like fake. It's such concentrated, sweet orange flavor. It's so yummy. Really, Crawdalt? I feel you then, my friend. Like, most days it ain't bad, but there's just some days where it is nonstop. And now we're on day 2. Yeah, red flesh navel. I think they're way better than like what a blood orange is as far as being a fancy orange. Holy smokes, Caras are just so good. And we have made actually a salad with those oranges in it. Not too long ago. It's believed to have developed as a spontaneous bud mutation of a standard Washington navel orange tree. That's pretty cool. So it just happened on its own. That's good for almonds. We don't need too much for the dessert. Yeah. How fun. Surprise. Whoa. I'm just gonna clear my throat 1 sec, guys. Okay, better. Okay, so we got 3 things to go in the oven, but we only have 2 oven racks. I think usually I can fit this beside the sheet pan. I don't think it's gone on yet, saying that it's ready, but I'm gonna start putting this stuff in and set a timer because it's about that time. And then we can get this gnocchi toasted. It's okay if it's done early. Sneak in our nuts over here. And why don't I set like maybe a 7-minute timer to check those nuts toasting? Perfect. Okay, salad, lettuce, apple, feta cheese next. Bacon and nuts are in the oven. And we actually have a bunch of feta that's already crumbled to use up. Yes. So I'm not even gonna go into the bin. You tried to get it, but QVC won't ship it. The company's in California. A honey bell. What the heck is a honey bell? Shake this up. Mish. 2 cups of pre-done feta. I don't know why I set myself up like that. What did I make last time? And I even had this other one. Was in over my head. Honey bells are a rare, juicy, and sweet hybrid of tangerine and grapefruit. Type of tangelo. There's so much different stuff. Okay, give these a little swish, swish, swish. And then I think we'll just pile this right in the middle of the salad. Done with that, we'll put the feta around so we can see the apples real good still. And then we'll do the chopped nuts and bacon on top. And there is a yummy dressing in the recipe if you want to make homemade. I'm gonna use up some that we made on a previous stream that's just sitting in the fridge. I'm not gonna make anything new. Can you guys hear it? Wayne, they can hear it in the headphones if they're watching stream. I'm sorry, guys. So that is it for now. I think we'll put this in the fridge so it can stay nice and fresh and crunchy. Move on over, cucumber. And then next up, let's get into our Asian pear. About 4 minutes to check on those nuts toasting. Got this. And there's only actually one more. So we just have these two to use up. I think we'll do both of them because then we each have one, right? But you could also share it. It is quite a large fruit. So first things first, take off the sticker and then we'll wash it. And then we have to make a little lid for this, almost like how you carve a pumpkin with the top to go back on. Same. Yeah, Mary, you'll be okay, hey, where you are in Alaska. You don't have to deal with this sort of stuff. Dry those off. The Asian pear, a species of pear tree native to southern China and northern Indochina that has been introduced to Korea, Japan, and other parts of the world. These ones were from China. Actually, give me a sec. Oh, Samuel locked me out. What the heck? Why did you lock me out? I was gonna show you the box that these came in because they were so fun. Oh, he's on the phone. Da-da-na-na. This is the big ass box that it came in. He might be, honestly. Asian pear. So we got 3.5 kilos for $8. And then I thought this was interesting. The like orchard number, the packing house. And yeah, we got 10 of these for $8. Product of China. There you go. Now I think the neighbor beside is actually knocking on their door. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Sometimes it can't always just be me. But I'm okay being the bad guy. Okay, so I think what? Cut. So we want to kind of keep this stem because it looks nice. This far down, about 1 inch or so. Do a nice cut. Hopefully straight so it doesn't like just slide off if you do it too angled. Like a little bit. More of a 9 or 80 degree. Okay, do better. Nice. Okay, so that's how they look. I'm just gonna put those down so they don't go brown. I have a like melon baller scooper. I'm gonna use that to scoop the flesh out. Right? How do you reference the orchard number to find the location? Maybe you can just Google it. I honestly don't know. But we'll start kind of small up here. Start in the center. See how hard this is. That was a little bit hard to get through the first part. But yeah, you can see the seeds right down there. Timer's going off. Let's check our nuts. Hot nuts. There's a lot of smells going on in this oven. I'm gonna do another 5. Another 5 minutes on those nuts. Hopefully they'll be nice and golden. Meng Chi said these types of pears are harder than the ones that we're used to. I mean, pears are pretty hard though. If you've ever had like an unripe pear, they're so hard to crunch through. These I feel like are a little bit softer. And now I don't want to waste like too much of the flesh, right? Because that's all edible stuff. So I guess we'll stop there and just fill up what we can inside. It might only be one of the jujube dates. That's okay. Yeah, they are quite firm. Like definitely crunchy and firm. Nice. That's all cleared out too. And then you guys noticed how they were wrapped really special? These bruise so easily. Like I've been bringing them to work with me as a little snacky before I go. By the time I like put this in my little like work bag, I pack my knives, my apron, a couple towels, stuff like that to go to my clients. Throw in one of these, it's like completely brown on the outside just by like having a little bit of stuff touch it. So that's why when you see them, they're all packed in like the cutest little clothes I find. It's like they're all wearing a dress. Okay, next one. Just kind of get out the steamer pot for these. Make sure everything's gonna fit okay. You have a pear tree. It's almost impossible to tell if the pears are ripe until you cut into them. Yes, that's such a good way to say it. Yeah, they're not like harder, but they're definitely more like crisp. It's true. Okay, so that's perfect. The way that is gonna go. Just gotta fill it up with a bit of water underneath. Usually do around an inch or so. Ooh, and actually we can quickly just say, because LoJack brought it up, thanks, that they've used Asian pears to tenderize beef short ribs. The Asian pears are usually grated and used in Japanese curry. That was like my first kind of rendition of cooking with them. I remember that. And I was like, ooh, and then they add like that little bit of sweetness and stuff to it. And then they're also in bulgogi marinade, I believe, so that's Korean. Let's just put those cute little pears on a plate so that they can hang out all ready to go. And then we're still gonna fill them with some stuff, but at least it's all organized here. Is this where you put a penny in the bottom? Grated and in a curry. Yeah, like apples, exactly. Korean short ribs. Yeah, galbi. Yum. So good. Okay, our bae-suk is what this is called. Bae means pear. Suk means to cook. Go, 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 because we were reading some of the comments earlier to help guide us along. And then she also gave instructions on this recipe. If you don't have an Asian pear, you could use a regular pear as well. Hollow it out the best that you can and do the same thing. Thanks, Mish, for putting the video again. Should I watch this quickly? Play the ad. The dishes are rattling in the cupboard. Steamed pears. Ooh. Okay, my timer was going off too. This was 12 years ago. Mangchi's the heckin' best. So she's been around like an OG like I have. Holy shit. The gnocchi exploded in the oven. The toasting process, I don't know how they sealed up the cheese inside, but it looks like little hot dog buns with cheese in it right now. So we might just have to broil the top or something. Can you see this? Oh, we're still gonna use them, but I just didn't expect to open the oven and see this. We're getting extra toasty cheese. I mean, maybe it'll be good to get the cheese toasty. I just don't know if the oven is hot enough right now. So I'm gonna take that out and let the bacon finish. And then we can get the heat a bit higher to get some browning action on there. And then at the same time, I just pulled out the nuts from the oven. They're slightly toasted. Now I'm gonna reset the timer on the bacon for the salad. Okay, like 15 minutes probably. Okay, so I'm at the lid part of the video. Perfect. I'm gonna go for, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to go farther through. Okay, so she did, so if she had like too much extra filling, because she really hollows it out. And then puts grated ginger in the bottom, about a teaspoon. Squeeze or fill it up even with honey. Whoa. They look like mini baked potatoes. Yes. They were kind of cute looking, it's true. She hollows it out way more. Should I do that then, Mish? And then her jujube dates are fresh. They're not dried. I've never seen those fresh here, so maybe we just can't get them. Maybe they go bad before they can make it across the world. I'm the chef. Oh, man. I think I'm gonna leave it as is. But let's get our microplane. So I keep my ginger in the freezer. This is how it looks coming out. And it's really easy to grate using a fine grater like this. I don't even peel it. Right into there. And because when ginger is grated, it kind of gets like aerated, I would say, yeah, a teaspoon is good. And then that's what it looks like underneath. Filled it up. Nice fresh ginger. It looks like the grater that she used, her ginger was a bit more coarse and chunky. But this is our first time making it, so I'll go with what I am comfortable with. Get the rest of that inside. You need a microplane? Man, this thing has been with me for easily 10 years or more. And they come in all sorts of colors, like even Sam has his own. So mine's purple. This is Samo's green one. You can see how much this has been used in kitchens. It's like cracked, the label's coming off, but still good to keep the blade safe. Okay, so ginger back in. I'll go grab some honey. And we gotta chop up our almonds. Just gonna do like one big glug of honey because I have the biggest bottle. But we were talking about honey earlier. So this is 100% pure Canadian honey. Then you'll see a couple other designations like #1 white and then unpasteurized. Yummo. Probably do like a tablespoon worth. Now I'll come back with the cinnamon. We'll put that in next. So it can kind of like make a cinnamon honey caramel of sorts is what I'm imagining. I know I'm out of spoons over there, so I'll just do this. Not hollowing out as much, it might affect the steaming time. It might. I guess let's see. Let's see what me making it this way does compared to what she did. But then the other part is like it being hollow in the middle will help it cook through rather than keeping all this stuff like the seeds and stuff inside. I'm just gonna do this. Let's see how it goes, Mish. Okay, we'll chop up the almonds and then we'll put 1 date in each. It is smelling bacony in here. That's the report. And then once we finish prepping this, we're gonna go over and start cooking the Italian sausage and getting ready for our main courses. So she said if you use a different nut, just try to chop it the same size as what a pine nut would be. Titan, he's naked. How dare you show up to stream? No shoes, no shirt, no service. Thank you very much, dude, for the 51 months in a row. How's your weekend going? I'm gonna use a bench scraper for this. Make my life easy. I'm feeling better, for sure. I think every single day I get better. Don't take it for granted. Okay, we stuffed the almonds in. A little pre-toasting. So they don't go too soggy. The rest of this I'll just put back in the pan. Your weekend's good? Nice. My weekend's pretty good. Thank you for asking. Bacon strips? Oh, a little sneaky almond fellow. Okay, now our jujube date. and then hopefully as that steams, the date will soften too. And then, just gonna watch the last of the video. She puts the lid back on. That's why you can't overfill it, right? So we gotta put the lid back on, seal it up, and then that goes in the steamer. So yeah, she said 30 minutes, a regular pear will be cooked. So we'll see after the 30-minute mark where this is at. It's an experiment of sorts. Mystery Mayhem, hello. How's it going? Welcome. All right, so everything is prepped up. You wouldn't even know there's stuff inside. So we got our steamer pot over here. Bacon's finishing up in the oven for our salad. And we are now gonna get a frying pan on the stove top to start frying some Italian sausage, cook some spinach together, make a little bit of a sauce to mix with our gnocchi stuffing. Yeah, we must learn by doing. I always like to fry the Italian sausage first for these recipes, because then you get a bunch of yummy fat from it to cook the rest of the stuff in. Sam is on a mission right now. He's gonna have some stories. Honestly, don't know what he's doing. Okay, so remember when we cooked the tenderloins yesterday? Thank you, friend. Okay, before we start over there, thank you, Mystery Mayhem, for the Prime sub. Being here with us, part of the kitchen crew. 3 months in a row. You've been pretty busy lately, but thankfully I have a long weekend. Oh yeah. It's what, family day this weekend? I always forget the holidays because when you're a chef, you typically don't really observe them. But that's awesome. Okay, so yesterday we used this pan to cook 3 beef tenderloin steaks. I washed this with soap and water, dried it. This is what it kind of leaves on the pan. So weird. I don't know why it does that, but we will get this on to like a medium-high heat. We have 4 mild Italian sausages that we took out of the casing and kind of just broke up into smaller pieces. So we'll get that frying in there. I think I just want a spatula to stir the stuff around. Into the dishwasher. Celebrate Chinese New Year by setting off firecrackers outside the door. That sounds like a fun option. Maybe on the last day here, hey Wayne? It's like when you're done your last day of high school and you do stuff in the school. Like letting chickens loose and stuff. You're in the States and it's President's Day for the holiday. And I know that we had something here. Because my parents asked if I have Monday off, but my clients don't observe the holidays either, really. They work for themselves. I don't think we'll need any residual fat in here, so I'm just gonna dump this in. Usually it's fatty enough. Just gotta let it cook out a bit. And then hopefully we get some browning action on there. And maybe actually we'll hold on to this bowl. Because once this is fried up, we gotta take it out of the pan, cook some spinach. I got a mirepoix garlic base over here to use too. But this will take a bit. This is pretty loaded up. How's our bacon strips? Ooh, almost there. Minute and 45 left.
You'll get a buzzer phone call at least half hour. Just a little bit.
Get to go into work tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for some OT. Not OP, but that sounds OP, bonk. Hopefully someone screwed up and you're not needed, and then you get the extra day off. Bob, you just got home? What did you get? The stream waits for no one. It's okay. I mean, even Titan was late today, so that really says something. Oh, OP is actually operation? It's not just OT overtime? We're all learning new stuff here today. Everyone have a sip of water. It's time. That's what I said, Bob. We're down with the OPP. Ontario Provincial Police? Oh no. Titan. Yeah, that really describes Bob and Misha's online relationship. Misha's like, perfect. Bob's not around. I'm gonna be there the whole time. What's happening over here? Okay, we're frying. Not too fatty yet. I'm not gonna stir it because it's kind of stuck still. It smells like bacon strips, and usually that means they're done. I would say yes. Because if we look here, the ones on the outside more are crispy. Ouch, that is hot. And then the ones on the middle are a little bit less. Up to you, you could take these off so that they don't burn and cook it more. But I think we'll take it out and just let it start to drain the grease off. Bacon and salad. I forget who said this, whether it was like a customer or somebody that I worked with in a kitchen. That they said you don't make friends with salad unless there's bacon in it. Kind of accurate. Some of you like crispy bacon just shy of burnt. For salads, you definitely don't want soggy bacon, right? Okay, we are doing some browning up here. Stir it up. I want it like a little bit less chunky chunk for the sausage. Just so that it's more like a stuffing, right? Where everything holds together. There. Let that fry up a bit more. Okay. For the bacon, I usually pop the bacon on like an angled area so that all of the fat drains to one side. Let me try that over here. Beautiful. Yeah, the inspiration for today's gnocchi stuffing casserole is Mary Todd, who's in chat with us right now. She saved up her channel points just watching this show and asked me to try out this recipe today. Want to see a different casserole for winter, and gnocchi seem to be fun. It is fun. I mean, I like all these things, so it all sounds good to me. I don't see it being bad. One bit. Yeah, we have the recipe linked. If you want to check it out, just !recipe in chat, or it's also in Discord if you are part of that. There is not a ton of fat in this sausage coming out in the pan. So I think I might add just a little bit of olive oil in. I want it to crisp up a bit more. Boom. Okay, while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna put a few things from the dessert away. Now there's some frying, sizzling sounds. I'm gonna turn the oven off, guys, and turn the broiler on to get a little bit of browning on this gnocchi before we bake the casserole all together. One of our last steps here. Pretty simple though. Like, it's only taken us a few hours, and obviously we've chatted about a couple other things in the meantime to prepare everything. So 3 different things made within 3 hours. That's awesome. It's definitely unusual, right? Like, it sounds weird, something that we're not used to at all, but then when you see the ingredients, you know that it's all gonna taste good together. There we go. Now we got some crispy sausages happening. You don't need to make it super crispy all over, but we do know that browning equals flavor, right? Okay, putting this in. I'll try and watch. It says you just want it golden brown, toasted, the gnocchi, because we are going to be baking it again. It might end up a comfort dish, right? I'm going to get out the baking pan. Almost forgot about that. And I'll get it lined and ready for the casserole while we're finishing. Give this one more stir. And one more peek. Sausage and mushroom flatbread. Reminds me of, yeah, really good like sausage and spinach pizza I used to have. Italian sausage pizza is so good. We used to do a really crazy pizza at the brewery, and this was an idea from one of our sous chefs. We did like pickled garlic pureed as the base, and then spinach and leeks cooked and chopped up. And then some sausage nubbins and cheese. Holy shit, was it good. And then I think the top got drizzled with like a chili oil afterwards. Whoa. I think we're gonna stop there, guys. Now we're getting pretty crispy on the bottom. I'm gonna turn that off. Scrape it out into our bowl. I want to make sure this gnocchi doesn't burn, but we're good. We got really crispy bits on the bottom. I might do a little water swish to get those out. Okay, some of the pieces are just starting to toast. Because if we cook the spinach in this next, I don't want that to burn. Just do that. Let it loosen off. We'll probably just reduce. Boom. I'm gonna reduce this and get all the yummy fond goodness off before we cook the spinach and veggies. One more peek. Some of the pieces are getting roasty toasty. Make sure there's no sausage bits stuck to the bottom of the pan. Nice. Okay. Okay, guys, I think that's a good amount of toasting that we're gonna get. Check that out. Some of them got a bit darker, but most of them are just golden. Careful, because that pan is insanely hot right now. And then we can turn the oven back on to baking temperature. They did around 400 Fahrenheit. While that reduces, I'm gonna line our casserole pan. Full of life flatbread special pizza this weekend. Los Alamos meat lovers. Cauldron tomato sauce. I love that it's called cauldron. Candied bacon, pork sausage, candied garlic, red onion, and matzah. Yes, please. Now you have me wanting pizza. That was a really big foil. Maybe a bit much, but hey. $26. But how big is the pizza for that price? I'm gonna do a switcheroo, guys. This is all almost reduced, and we don't want it to stick back on, so scrape all that out now, back into this sausage. Just gotta wipe the side of this. Now we can do, there might be a bit of fat that will come out of this bowl. Usually I try to pour that without any sausage crumbles falling all over. Nice. Scoop that out. That's so much spinach, but we all know that it's gonna cook down to like nothing. I probably will put like the rest of this though, maybe back into the salad. It seems like too much. And then for some flavorings, they do like some poultry spices. Sage, thyme, marjoram. Those are good options. So I'm gonna use like a poultry spice blend that has all of those included. about a teaspoon or so. And then this is where you're gonna get more of that like stuffing kind of feeling with those turkey spices. And then scoop out some of our mirepoix. Never heard of candied garlic. Sounds really good, hey Mary? So this is grated onion, celery, carrot, and garlic that was just cooked in some butter. This will also add some of those classic stuffing flavors from the mirepoix. That should be good. Use this spoon, stir it up a bit, and get it heated. I think we'll try to just mix everything together like in the casserole pan will be the smartest. But this is starting to smell really yummy, just these 3 ingredients. Mish says, look at it. Look at the garlic. It's starting to smell really good in here, Bob. It's true. And then I guess the only other thing I need to get ready is our steamer pot. Because we can get those pears in anytime now. So that's sitting here. So we'll go with like a medium heat. And whenever it's steaming, we'll put our pears down. So cooking the spinach will always help take some of the excess moisture out so we don't end up with a soggy casserole. And then I haven't added any seasoning to anything yet. Maybe we'll mix it all together first and then season it once we see how it tastes. Okay, I'm clicking on the candied garlic. Whoa. With beef broth they cook it. What a crazy recipe, I love it. Sometimes you go by yourself, Bonk, and get a couple large half and halves, take home the rest, easily spend $100. Holy shit. But it's like a treat, right? Right? The broth gives you the pop of umami. Probably could add like a mushroom stock or something if you didn't eat meat. Okay, I'm gonna put the sausage back in. Get that all mixed evenly. We'll turn that off. What does that even mean? I can't even read it. Okay, carrying on. Coming back over. We're gonna mix everything together. First, I'm just gonna kind of mix the gnocchi and the stuff from the frying pan, because we still have to add that like broth egg mixture, but I don't want to taste it before I add that as well, raw egg and such. So let's start putting this together. Our toasted gnocchi, I guess that's a better view now. You can kind of see how they went like a little bit crispy and golden on top. So let's just make a parchment taco, is what I usually call this. I need to eat this crispy bit though. Get rid of that. Don't even care, Mish. They are crispy balls. That's gone. Just ban them, Bonk. I'm over that vibes. Get them gone. We need to see who people are, and a lot of the times they really do show us. They woke up and chose violence today. This smells insane. The way that it's gonna mix together, I got no words, honestly, right now. You like to play with them a bit? I mean, it is entertaining for me too. I always trust you guys to make the best judgment decisions. Mix this ish up. And then you see how crumbly it is, right? So this would never hold as a stuffing of sorts. Stuffing is usually put inside of the cavity of a turkey for holidays. So that's why we need to use the binder with egg and then a little bit of broth to help moisten the gnocchi so it doesn't dry out too much. Let's give this a tasty. Pelusa says, stuffing my face. I would allow that. Okay, little bit of this goodness. And then one of these to see our salt level and stuff. Oh my god, Mish. What is Albert doing? It actually tastes insanely good. What the heck? I think I'll put... Our steamer just came up. I think we'll put just a bit of salt and pepper in there. I still kind of want to put cheese. But first, our steamer for the pears is ready here. It's really hot. So I want to get those into the steamer before we get the casserole in the oven. So I said I'd check that in about 25 to 30 minutes. I'll do 30 on that and then see where we end up. What are we doing with the pears? So we are doing a Korean steamed pear dessert today. Well, that recipe is linked as well if you guys want to see it. It's from the blog site Gnocchi that has lots of good Korean recipes. We're not adding the bacon to this. The bacon's gonna go into the salad. But this is what I'm thinking. Is let's whip this up again, the eggs with the broth. Also turn that steamer down a bit. Just kind of use our best judgment. So there's 2 eggs and then we just topped it up with some both mixture of beef and chicken broth that I had. But we might not need it all. So we'll pour this out, kind of arrange the casserole so it looks really good, and then I'll do a little seasoning just on the top layer because it's not going to be super thick. And then maybe before it's done baking, we'll like grate some cheese over the top. I'm thinking Gouda. It's like one of the better options I have in the fridge right now. But yeah, just the flavor from the sausage alone is really good. The gnocchi will definitely absorb that, so it's not going to taste bland. Okay, that's about 3/4 of it. This is like so foreign to me, but we're learning. Scrape all that out. Okay, I can already tell how that's gonna start to absorb. I'm not gonna put any more of this liquid. I don't know if you can really see, but if I jiggle it, it's like around 1/3 of the way up. Holy, the color of the pear skin is already like getting darker. It's already changing. Okay. Seasonings. And then we just got to finish off our salad. I think it's going to be good, guys. I mean, I had a feeling it was going to be. But we all know it sounds a little bit interesting if we can't really picture it in our mind. Mary's helping us learn a new dish today. Right? They don't even really look like gnocchi. Okay, we're going into the oven. There is like 26 minutes left on the pears, so that's pretty perfect actually. We'll just roll with that. Do I want to go bottom of the oven? Maybe. Bottom rack. Blondie, what up, dude? How's your weekend going? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Okay, so pears are steaming. Those are Asian pears stuffed with grated ginger, honey, a red jujube date, some almonds, and cinnamon. So we hollowed it out, the core. I didn't do as much as she usually does, so we'll see how it turns out. Those are gonna steam for the next 25 minutes while the casserole also bakes at the same time. Let's finish off our salad. We gotta get some pecans onto there that are toasted and then chop up our bacon. And then also think about our cheese to go on the casserole because I don't think we can eat it without cheese on top. It needs it. They look like Spanish nuts. It's just Marcona almonds. It's fine. You would have added a dollop of butter. I felt like there was maybe enough fat from the sausage. Let's see. Throw the feta on the pears even. Yeah, because sometimes you'll find like pear desserts or pear salads have feta. There you go, Mish. See? Okay, come back over. Ooh, a dollop of butter in the pear stuffing. That's so true. Because, yeah, that's what my mom would do is baked apples. Always a nub of butter in there. And, oh, it tastes so good. Put this back. I think we'll start with what? First, I'm going to sneak the rest of this spinach underneath because I didn't feel like we needed more in the casserole. I'm just gonna like lift it up and throw it under our nice pile. A spinach surprise, if you will. We don't waste stuff here. Smoosh it back over. They might know, but hopefully not. Do we need more feta on the other side now? What are you guys doing? Mary says, yeah, we need more feta over there. It just looks naked. It was like tight in today. Comes in naked. We don't accept that here. It's my test for you. I might have put more spinach, but I also did put more feta. Balance, you know? This is quite a bit. I think we'll roll with that amount of pecans. I don't often eat spinach, so I'm excited for this today. Got it in the salad and in the casserole. Nice. You've had feta 3 times this week. Ah! The steamer's about to blow. I gotta turn it down more. Misha's putting in work on the feta side of things. Oh yeah, because didn't you make those feta spinach little puff pastry bites? Was that this week? Sometimes I can't keep up with what we make in Discord. Like an easy version of a Hispanica pita almost. Okay, that's that. Now we'll get a plastic cutting board for the bacon. We don't make this one all greasy. Yeah, goat cheese with honey is good too. It's true. Need a pair of tongs. I'm gonna go for the crispier pieces. Should have get maybe about like 6 really good ones for the salad. And then probably use the rest of the bacon up, making like some breakfasty wraps this week or something like that. Yum. Let's separate it before we chop it. Otherwise it's too hard to do that afterwards. I need to eat this side. Whoa. Layer it up. Let's make some bacon bitties. Namo. Bacon breakfast burritos. How did you know, Amp? You'd be over this salad if it didn't have apple? Would you put something else in place of it? Like a veggie or some other fruit? The bacon in this is gonna be next level. Tangerines and some orange marmalade for dressing. Did bacon and orange go good together? I guess. Because I've done like a pork belly cured with citrus and bay leaf. And then we just braise it. Holy shit. That is delicious. Okay, is that all the stuff on the salad? I think so. Other than the dressing. I'm gonna do this other dressing. I have an Italian and then I have, what is this? Is it a citrus vinaigrette that we've made on stream before? Tomato and fresh basil, yum. Bacon bits on apple pie? I could see it, Mary. You know what you could do is use like bacon fat to make the crust. Yeah, that would be one of those apple pies that totally has the cheddar cheese on top. It's like really dancing in between whether it's savory or sweet. Just gonna have a little tasteroo of this. See the notes. Make sure it combines good with everything else. Pal says no thank you. I mean, I'm down to try everything once. But you know your palate's best. It was a yummy citrus dressing. That's gonna be perfect on there. I don't think we have to add anything because the feta is salty, the bacon is salty. If I can remember, we usually do olive oil and a vegetable oil, half and half. Orange and lemon juice and some zest, a little bit of honey, and then salt and pepper. But there is a dressing recipe linked with the salad. So usually I just kind of put that in the fridge together. I don't typically dress the whole salad when I make something as big as this. Just in case we don't end up finishing it. That way it doesn't go super soggy. We're opening this Gouda today. For the casserole. Get the cheese grater. That's one of my favorite, like, social media pages as far as animals go. The little parrot that sings bacon pancakes. And then if, like, the person in the house is sleeping, they whisper it. It's so freaking cute. Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. We're cutting off a chunker. How big? I don't know. Go like that. The little bird, yeah. That should be good. I usually try not to grate too much soft cheese extra ever because I find it goes bad. But if this was parm, I'd grate like a big chunk and then keep a container in the fridge for myself. If we look at this, there's a wax rind on each side of the Gouda that we gotta trim off. What you need?
Please.
I also made, you weren't here yesterday, Shikata, but I made a really rich mac and cheese, so maybe that's why I'm dialing back a little bit today.
That's Gouda.
It's Gouda? It smells really good and creamy. Mish wants to know how you're doing.
How am I doing?
Yeah.
Well, what am I doing?
Bonk! You tried the Maddie Smoky Mac that we sent you last night, so you feel the same about it as we do. It was like good, but not amazing, right? Pep is honestly the best one.
What's the CPS?
That's Child Protective Services.
Oh. No, I called the cops. They should be here soon. They asked me to go knock on the door with them on the phone, and nobody answered.
Oh shit.
So now they're coming to check it out.
Well, I mean, that's out of safety concern, honestly.
Yeah.
I've done it once, I'll do it again. What's my favorite cheese? Probably Gruyere. Or Asiago. You still have yet to make any of the macaroni boxes.
How did Kim loses?
Kim, he needs a Caesar salad stat.
Oh, she shared.
Oh, that's
It's
like what Samo does with
It's
me.
like what she does with me. Sharing is caring.
What's your guys' favorite cheeses? I'd probably answer it by saying it depends on like what I'm eating it with. I don't know. Right? Gruyere is so good. So safe to say I like the more like aged funky cheeses. I'm just moving that over so that we can wrap this cheese up. And then always rinse off your knife, otherwise the cheese really gets dried onto there and it's hard to scrub it off. One of my biggest pet peeves for sure. Okay, we can have a peek at the stuff momentarily here. We got about halfway through our cooking times on both items. Same but with tomato soup, Bob. You want the Gruyere on top of it. A cheesy tomato. That will get wrapped up like that. I think that's enough, maybe a bit more. Yes, Amp. I think you answered it the best. What cheese wouldn't we eat? That is the true question. I mean, until you find your limits, definitely try all of them. I remember when we went to a cheese boutique in Vancouver where that's literally all they sell is different cheeses. We told the lady to keep like giving us tasters until we said like stop and it was too much. And yeah, like the really like ripe, soft aged, funky French cheeses, that's the limit for me. I don't mind the barn flavor, but there's a certain point where it starts to taste just not very good to me. Cheese curds, Mary, yes. Lauren was snacking on 28-month aged Gouda before her stream. Yeah, the salt crystals, right? And that's what you can usually hear when you grate those cheeses. It's like the crystals make a sound on the cheese grater. It's crazy. Right? If it has a bit too much funk, then I can't taste anything else. Gouda was $4 a kilo there before the crisis. Yeah, we often talk about food prices here, and like I do YouTube as well, where I've been going out to different shops around and filming prices and different items, stuff like that to share. It's crazy. Yeah, I've seen some really interesting actually Goudas at some markets here where they will put so many different flavors into Gouda cheese and like different colors, almost like colors of the rainbow. Years ago, your brother made you an egg and Munster cheese bagel breakfast sandwich, and you still think about it? Our food flavor memory bank. The best. Okay, I'm peeking. Holy. I gotta give the casserole a jiggle wiggle. Okay, I think it's almost actually done. What the heck? I think we should put the cheese on. I'm glad I checked it actually. Because remember, like all of this was hot when we put it in the oven, but now it's really transformed. So when I give it a wiggle jiggle, all that's really jiggling is the grease on top. Do I blot that grease off before we put the cheese on? Maybe. Let me go get a napkin. But that also is a good mark of a casserole, is if there's a layer of grease on top that's bubbling like this. It's pretty nuts because we didn't even add that much fat when we were cooking this stuff in the pan. But as much as fat is flavor, I think we can also agree that it can be overpowering, where if there's too much fat, it'll just saturate your whole palate and it takes away from the other components in the dish. I think that should be good. There's like 2 napkins I blotted off. Whoa! So, now we're gonna cover it in a blanket of cheese. This is not part of the recipe, but if you've never been here before, I think you can tell we like cheese. You only go vegan for non-fat meats? Nice. That's an interesting way to do it. Okay, back in the oven. Layer of Grease on Top is the first song for my new Calgary-based middle-aged dad band. Holy shit. Okay, so now it says we only have 5 minutes on the timer. We're not gonna open up the Pear stuff. We'll let it finish. We can wait 5 minutes. Let's get a plate out. Amount of band names we can make from these streams, endless. I think I'll do this, and then maybe we'll also do it in a bowl. This one will be for Samo, because if I know him, he'll just eat the salad out of the big bowl on the side. And then we'll see how it looks in a white dish as well. Get rid of our spices and olive oil. So I always try to clean up as I'm working along. And then it's not as daunting waiting all till the end. And you know what I just saw in the pantry that we almost forgot in the salad? Dried cranberries. Look at this branding now. Whole and juicy. It's 3 hours in and the brisket looks good, Mary. Too bad we couldn't do a tradesies today. I'll give you some of the stuff that I made for your menu redemption for a slice of brisket. Bonk's reading the French. Canberges séché entier et jutousse. I don't know. But this was $14 for almost 2 kilos yesterday from Costco. Pretty sure the last time I bought that small bag, it was $8. I got like 5 times the amount. Ocean spray. They look really nice and fresh though. That'll be our little like sour aspect that we need to this. You know what else would be good is sour cherries. You don't gotta go crazy with it. These are also good in broccoli salad. Let's go there. Either white chocolate cranberry or white chocolate raspberry scones. It says this company, Ocean Spray, has been farmer owned since 1930. Almost 100 years. We're getting close to the hundo marks there on some of these companies that have been around for a long time. I'm keeping that salad in the fridge until we're ready. Okay, we need a serving spoon for the casserole. Yeah, Bonk, that's how I like my salads, not just all lettuce. Gotta get like lots of good additions on top. What do we have? We did apple, cranberry, pecan, feta, bacon, 5 different things. The cheese is melted, and I think it looks good. Because like the rest of the casserole already got a bit like browned. So do we want it ooey gooey or we want a couple seconds under the broiler? That's your close-up. Your friend told you to make gnocchi with panna cotta. That wouldn't work. What the heck? With ricotta cheese, yes. Broiler it? Okay, you got it, Mary. Oven, off, broiler, on. And then while this finishes after broiling, because we gotta let it cool for like maybe a minute or two. It's not like we could even eat this. It is so hot right now. We'll check on the pears. Almost looks like a poutine, honestly. Because the gnocchi was stuffed with cheese too. The cheesy bubbles. Hi, Suzanne. Came back. She says it looks crazy good. It honestly does look crazy good. Crazy because we've never had it before, and good because we know all these ingredients taste good together. I'll just listen for that to get sizzling. Use a torch. I don't have a torch here right now. And I think I'd rather use the broiler anyways. I got wrecked lately on pressed sushi that we tried to order. And they did not torch it right and it just tasted like gas. So I currently am a little bit broken on torching things. Yeah, that's what they said, Mary. Have it as a side for Thanksgiving, or it could even be used as a main dish for some people that don't like turkey. There's too many smells. This inside of a lettuce wrap, Bob? Is that what you're saying to me right now? I'm a little scared. It got bubbled. It got cheesy bubbled. Okay. I'm going to first do this. Come closer with this camera so you guys can see into the Pear steaming pot with me when we check it. See how this is. Close, Kate. Almost. Okay, so this has been in there for now, I would say over 30 minutes. Kind of see how the top... Okay, so it still feels a bit firm. How do I want to test this? I don't really know. Maybe just a paring knife? Give it a pokesy? Or just use my thermometer, because I really like the thin end on it. It's like, how do we check it? I don't know. Do we stab it through the middle? It's definitely heated through. We're at 160. But it is quite firm. So why don't we let this keep going while we munch on our casserole. Now we know. And then we'll come back to it once we're done. Cooking, girl. I haven't seen you in forever. How's it going? Yeah, it's packaged gnocchi. If you want exclamation mark recipe, we'll bring it up for you. I basically followed it. At least the main parts of the recipe. You happen to have some gnocchi? Nice. Okay. I think it's gonna be a good way to use it up. But until we taste it, I don't really know. There we go. Okay, it's done, sizzling, bubbling. It came out actually really nice feeling. There's a little bit of binder in here. There's some egg mixed with broth to kind of hold it together. It falls apart a bit, but I mean, stuffing is kind of like that too once it's all cooked. Some people go softer. Some people go crispier on top, right? Boss man, you made it. Good to see you. Okay, I'm gonna stop there because I feel like this is gonna be really filling. The color on the camera doesn't look as nice as it does in person. I don't know why. Go up a little bit more. Microwave fudge darling. Hello? Welcome in. I gotta take a photo of this. So I am shutting down that camera over there. It's okay, pal. You know it's probably delicious. Okay. I mean, I hope so. Gnocchi is made out of potatoes. So if you like that, I think you'd like this. Okay, that was the photo I got. It looks good. The steamer keeps trying to pop the lid off and it's a scary sound. Let's get Samo in here. He's coming. Get your butt over here. Turn that around. How are we doing, Boston? We're doing pretty good. Oh, there's clean cutlery in the dishwasher if you're out of options. Do you need something? Going with a big spoonie? This is my messy plate. Let's see how it is, guys. Mish, we're doing great. This is my cheesy bite. Look, the sausage is dangling from the cheese. That's a good problem to have. It is really hot, guys. But yummy. That passes the test. I don't think I put any more spinach in it, because then that might like throw off the flavor and textures of everything. I think we did good with that. I love the like onion, celery, carrot, garlic mixture. Really makes it taste like stuffing. Oh, he went for an addition of peach tea. I didn't even know what he was doing, Bob. The fat is hot. It's so hot. The extra cheese, though, is really good. The binder with the egg is not weird at all. Kind of just baked into everything. You don't notice it. And other than that, I'm just kind of picky of how the flavor of the gnocchi is, but you can't really change that if it's store-bought. The best part is definitely the stuff, or the sausage. Even in regular stuffing in turkey, right? Oftentimes, I grew up with meat inside of it. It's so good. Very easy to make, too. That would be a fun one to try. What you say? That's all you got? Do you need some salad? Like, I feel like it would be better with homemade gnocchi. I would just be scared of the best, like, ratio, let's say, when you make that, so it doesn't fall apart in the process. Overall, though, guys, this is for sure, like, you should try it. Mish, do you remember the gnocchi or the potato water? Also, can you tell it's, like, quite warm in here and steamy? I'm dying.
We both need potato water.
Yeah. You made a Lithuanian potato water, and I made an Italian version one. You have all the ingredients? You should honestly try it. I just use mild Italian sausage, but there's even like a little bit of spice from it that is really nice. There is salad. A big old salad for later. Did you see that bite? That was the saddest thing that's ever happened.
Gouda was a good choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used Gouda cheese because that's what I had in the fridge. We used all the parm yesterday on stream. Mm-hmm.
To go with the heat of that. Cool.
What was the cheese in the gnocchi? I gotta dig in the garbage. That is... I mean, the first ingredient on the packaged gnocchi is still mashed potato, so that's awesome. And then the filling is matzah, Emmental, Comté cheeses. And then there's also creme fraiche, Greek yogurt in there.
Good choice, Mary. Thank you very much.
So I would say for sure, like with the Gouda, those cheeses went really good together. I'm surprised though that there's not like a pecorino or something stronger in there for the cheeses. But they went really mild. Husband's having sous vide steaks, you're having salmon. I'll take either one, really. Okay. Whew. It's definitely filling though. Okay, we gotta check the pears still. Comté and matzah is quite a bit of fun. Yeah, it is good. It went good together. I think I'm just gonna do this, guys. Just lift off this whole steamer contraption and put it on the plate. That pan is too hot. Let's get this out. Maybe we'll do this. Comté, isn't that more of like a soft, funky cheese? Comté cheese is most similar to Gruyere. In the region that borders France and Switzerland. So that's why those go together. Because Gruyere is Swiss, and then the French have their version, and then they make their own. Comté tastes a bit like unwashed feet, so that's where they got the funky part from then. I'm pretty sure I've had it before, but it's not one that you see often in the stores. Even the lid is so hot after steaming for forever. That's where they're at right now. I'd say that's like the 40-minute mark. How am I gonna like take the top off? Let me put it back on a small plate. The one thing that I thought might be yummy to eat with this is I have some honey flavored Greek yogurt. Just feel like that'd be so good for a creamy aspect. I'm just going for it, guys. Wherever we ended up with these, I'm in. I'll take the little hat off once this is cleared. That's okay. And now, just gonna use my fork to take hot, guys. So hot. Okay. It looks pretty similar to what hers does. Yummo. The little jujube date in there. Look at what the honey and cinnamon and almonds. Like a caramel. Let's get this out. I don't know if that's softened enough to be edible. Honestly, all I want to do is just take a knife and like cut it into quarter. And see what happens with all of the juices and stuff. Put that over there. It's so dang hot I can barely touch it. It really stays firm though. You heard the crunch. Almost less than quarters. Make little wedgies. There. That's how I would eat it. Like, see how the syrup kind of coats everything. So I'm just gonna cut, I think, the little piece off of this because it'll probably be hard to do with the fork. And not to burn my hands. The date, like, almost went soft, and then because it was in the honey and stuff, went crispy on the outside. But I am able to peel it apart. Let's see. Mmm. It tastes like a really concentrated raisin. That's what the date tastes like. Okay, let's see how the pear turned out. The cinnamon honey syrup. Oh, and the ginger. Mmm. Guys, that is really good. Definitely like healthy tasting. But the flavors of the ginger and the cinnamon go so good together. And the ginger is like a little bit spicy, but not so much that you don't want to eat it. I want some with some almond on it. A textural contrast of sorts. But I can't believe how firm this is still after steaming it for over 40 minutes. Kind of tell though that it's cooked, right? Because it starts to go more translucent. It's just so hot. As far as like a lazy dessert though, that you don't have to put too much effort into, I'd be down. Right? If we did the pressure cooker, it would just be pear liquid. But very yummy. I wonder if I could just munch this on its own. Because like this absorbed the steam and the flavors of what was inside. Yeah, this is so hot. Almost burning my mouth today, Mary. Very good though, everything. I guess a quicker way to do it, yeah, would be the pressure cooker. Have it done in 15 minutes. Just don't let it go too far. Oatmeal without creativity is not so good for breakfast, no. But this actually would go really good with oatmeal. All the flavors. Side of oats with this to eat together. Yummo. Okay, we're finishing up, and tomorrow we are playing games. We're not back in the kitchen because we did our other cooking stream yesterday instead of Sunday. Aw, nice Mish. Yeah, we did talk about that, to use up the Fuji apples and Asian pears if we saw them starting to go bad, because we bought like 10 of each at a time. But none of them went bad, which is also something to say. Because it's not often you can buy fruit that's on sale, because usually that means it's starting to go bad. Leave it out on the counter for over 2 weeks and it's still just as good. I'm okay with what they're doing in China, honestly. Works for me. Okay, we are looking for someone to go raid. Let me know. Oh yeah, that's right, Bonk. Because you might have to stay. Well, either way, we'll be on. So anyone is free to join. And it's also free to play. Who's in food and drink? What are we doing? What do we got going on today? I mean, usually we raid Steve on Sunday, Chef Steve, so I don't think we should use that up today. Who's this person? Instant cocoa, late Valentine's brunch. Or maybe we'll go miso mari 12-hour soupathon. That sounds fun. I like to find new people every now and then. Miso X Mari. We're going to go see someone new. Guys, thanks for being here today. Mary, thank you for requesting this yummy dish today. And it went really good with all of the things that I paired it with. I will be eating a salad later. Nobody cares about salad, but we do have to eat it, unfortunately. Do I ever see myself doing pork kidneys? No. I'll eat a little bit of offal meats, oftentimes when it's cooked for me already, but kidneys and livers is usually not my jam. I'll try everything once though, but if I have the choice, which I do, I won't be cooking that on stream. Yeah, sounds good, Bonk. Okay, guys, thanks for all your contributions. Last 2 cooking streams, yesterday and today. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day, night, wherever you are in the world. And if you want any menu or recipe inspiration for the next week, pop into our Discord channel. We have over 7 years of recipes, tried and true in there. Okay, I'm gonna hit that button. Let's go see someone new, Miso Mari, for a soupathon, because it is soup season. Love y'all, be safe, and see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific.